In the wake of the Great Potato Famine, 2 million people came over the hills of Ireland, over the hills of a treacherous ocean, over the hills of a wondrous new continent. Choosing their roads and making their vows, the Irish fell in love with America.
Red is the rose in yonder garden grows, fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the boy, but my love is fairer than any.
When so many Irish arrived in the 1850s, America struggled to meet their basic needs. Cities were overburdened, far beyond anyone's ability to cope. Put down, neglected, the Irish took care of themselves. They created entirely new neighborhoods in the oldest cities. These were America's first slums, generically called shantytown.
The Irish were the pioneers of the American ghetto. They were forced to live in the worst sort of substandard housing. They dwelt in horrendous slum areas in which health and sanitation were at the minimum.
These were desperately poor places, lacking modern convenience and human dignity. But they were filled with hope. America's shantytowns were devoted to the next boatload of survivors from Ireland, getting them accustomed to America, getting them on their own. And thus, the Irish helped themselves. More than half were women, many middle-aged. Bridget Murphy of County Wexford was 28, considered an Irish spinster when she arrived in Boston. On the boat, she met a man from Dunganstown whom she married. In Boston shantytown, she found work doing laundry while he made beer barrels near the wharf. Bridget and her husband, Patrick Joseph Kennedy, had 4 children. Theirs was a humble existence, foretelling none of the fame that enveloped their great-grandchildren.
It was a very tough life for them, and he died quite young. And so she had to raise these children by herself. She was a very marvelous woman, full of courage and initiative. And she became domestic help, and then bought a store with the money she had saved, a little notion store, and which gradually expanded. And then she helped her oldest son, who was PJ, Patrick Joseph, my father's father. He bought a liquor store, and that she helped to finance. He was the only one that she could afford to send to university. That was where it all started.
3 generations later, the Kennedys of Boston were America's royal family.